Hey guys, this is Jasmine Patel, and I am the host of From Me to We with Jasmine Patel.
Started with a dream and a microphone, one heart reaching out, never alone. Stories unfolding, voices collide, truth and kindness on the same side. Every me becomes a we, when the soul speaks fearlessly. We rise together, hand in hand, building bridges across the land. From me to we, the world starts to see the light we share, the change we can be. With Jasmine Patel, our spirits ignite, turning every shadow into shining light. From me to we, oh, that's destiny. A voice for the world, a call to unity.
Hey guys, I am Jasmine Patel, and I welcome you back to From Me to We with Jasmine Patel on the 35th episode. Don't worry, I'm not interviewing myself this time. So, this episode I am particularly excited about because I have the most amazing guest in the universe. But before I bring him up on screen, I would like to tell the story of how me and him got connected. And if I had to use like one phrase to sum it up, I'd be like a divine intervention from Allah himself. So let me take y'all back to like a couple weeks ago. It hasn't been that long. Once upon a time, I'm just, scrolling. I'm just, on my phone. I decided to check LinkedIn, right? And I get a connection request. Now, I don't usually accept connection requests from people on LinkedIn that often, but this particular person stood out to me. So, that's him on LinkedIn. I'm not sure if you can see this. That was who connected with me. And I'm just scrolling down, looking at everything. I'm like, jaw drop, eyes wide. I'm like, all right, I gotta connect. I gotta press accept. So I did. Started talking and everything. And here we are. So I am so ready for this. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to the 35th guest on From Me to We with Jasmine Patel, Salman Qaisrani. Woo! How you
Thank
doing?
you. Thank you very much, Jasmine. It is always very inspiring to talk to you. And I must appreciate your love for my country, Pakistan, and especially your name, Jasmine Pakistan Wali.
Thank you so much. So, before we dive into these awesome questions, introduce yourself for my audience, please.
Jasmine, professionally, I'm an engineer. I have done my master's in engineering, and I have around about 40 years of experience in oil, energy, and transportation sectors. And I am among a few professionals who have experience in upstream, midstream, and downstream oil and gas sectors. And number two, I have a unique experience in public-private partnership, and I have executed project from initiation till project closeout worth rupees. I don't know in dollars. In Pakistan rupees, it is around about 300 billion Pakistan rupees. And the best part of my life is, which is my dream, is the foundation of Salman Qaisrani Foundation, which I'll be discussing with you. Basically, it is a dream, which is the target of my life.
Wow, amazing introduction. Thank you for sharing. So the first question for you is, with 36 plus years across oil and gas, energy, and transportation, what's been the most defining project of your career and why?
Yeah, I tell you that I have experience in oil and gas sector in transportation sector, specifically in public-private partnership. The
Mhm.
most exciting project was the most challenging one, and that was Hyderabad Karachi motorway. Basically, the challenge was that the traffic was going on, and we have to rehabilitate the project. And
Right.
the challenge was very big, and we faced that project very accurately, and we completed it in time. And people thought that it was impossible, but we did it in time, and that project is on. The reason why I like that project in my life, because it has the most challenges which I have ever met in other projects comparatively. So I
Mhm.
always like challenges, and I always like to meet them, and I plan my way in such a manner that I can meet those challenges rightly and technically and professionally.
Mhm. Lovely. Thank you. Next question for you. So, you've had leadership roles in massive organizations like BSO, and SWO. What's the biggest leadership lesson you carried from one role to the next?
Jasmine, this is a message for everybody. There is no alternative to hard work and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
And there are two other things, which is integrity, that is also very important. And I'll be explaining it in my lateral questions regarding workshops, which we have already discussed. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, hard work, consistency, and integrity, these are the three important factors.
Wow. That perfect. Thank you. So, people usually see pipelines and PPPs as technical. So, how do you make such complex fields exciting and understandable for non experts like myself?
Every project is planned for the people need. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, at national level, if you plan, and I have been working with national organization, in particular organization like Occidental of Pakistan, Pakistan State Oil, BYCO Petroleum, Frontier Works organizations. So the projects at that level is always launched for people, for general people. So whenever you make them as a stakeholder and involve their interest into that project, so that generates a kind of interest of the people in the project. And let me give you an example. I did a motorway from Lahore to Islamabad. There used to be six flights from Islamabad to Lahore in a week. But when we developed that motorway from Islamabad to Lahore, uh, and we developed the interest of the people, that
Mm-hmm.
and the interest was that to travel on motorway is not a journey; it is an experience. It was the tagline which we made for that project. And let me tell you, Jasmine, now there's not a single flight between Lahore and Islamabad. I think there might be one flight per week. I don't know the exact figures.
Oh.
The reason was that people started enjoying the journey, enjoying the places where they can visit during their traveling. So when you involve the stakeholders, that is general public, and make their interest important, that is the only way you can involve people into complex projects.
Nice.
You got my point?
So, yes, I do. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm veering off the path a little bit. I have a question. I'm gonna ask you this. Um, so guys, I told the story of how I got connected with him. Now I'm going to ask him the question of how he connected with me. and how he even found me on LinkedIn and what made him decide to connect. So the stage
Jasmine,
is yours.
I always encourage and I'm always inspired by millennials and Gen Z who are doing professional work, especially the women's, because in our society, the women are not encouraged to do such works. So I
Mhm.
always try to connect with them, and the main reason is I want to encourage them. You know, that is the main purpose. So I don't send friend requests to everybody. I see their profiles, I observe them, and whenever I see that there is a spark, so I
Mhm.
send them friend requests. I send very few friend requests, but whenever I see a spark in a lady, especially in millennials and in Gen Z, I send them a friend request so that I can guide them in a way, I can inspire them in a way, I can motivate them in a way that I wanted for myself in that age, that somebody would
Mhm.
have motivated me in that age.
Right.
So that is a kind of spirit which I had for you also.
Awesome. Sweet. Thanks for sharing. All right, back to it. All right, next question for you is, so you blend engineering expertise with motivational speaking. So, how do these two worlds connect in your eyes?
The main connection is success.
Mm-hmm.
The motivational lectures leads to success. The completion of projects, technical projects leads to success. And I have a special definition for success.
Mm-hmm.
My definition for success is positivity and happiness.
Right.
And the best gift of God is health. When these two join together, it is called successful.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it is motivation, whether it is technical lecture, if you are happy in doing that, you are successful. If there is a positivity in that, you are successful.
Mm-hmm.
If it is healthy, you are successful. In this way, I join these two.
Ah, clever. Love it. Guys, for the three people that are watching us right now, please put in some comments. If you have any questions for Salman, feel free to ask. Come on, interact. Be engaged. Be engaged. Don't just watch, engage. Thank you. Okay, moving on to the next question. So, your foundation, the Salman Qaisrani Foundation, is doing some incredible work. So, what inspired you to launch it, and what impact do you dream of achieving through it?
Salman Qaisrani Foundation has a particular agenda, and that agenda is that we want to make a state of the art institution for mentally challenged street children in particular. The mentally
Mm-hmm.
challenged street children, the reason is that uh, their treatment is very expensive and their shelf life, Jasmine, is from 6 to 9 months. And
Mm-hmm.
in my part of the world or in my country, there's no such institution for mentally challenged street children. So when I did complete my services as an employee, and I thought, what should I do? What can inspire me? So I made a target to develop a state-of-the-art institution for mentally challenged people, where there is a teaching institution, where there's a hostel facilities for mentally challenged street children, and
Mm-hmm.
there is a hospital for treatment also. So the
Right.
amount of money which was required was huge, and their operational expenses was also huge. I made my mind that I have to achieve that, and I made it a target. And let me tell you, whenever the people discuss Salman Qaisrani Foundation, they think that they are asking for some donations. We don't expect and we don't accept any donation. We develop business lines for various organizations. We develop our own businesses also. This is one part. And the second part is we deliver motivational lectures and we develop technical lectures. And these are the stream of our income. And whatever income comes from these streams goes to Salman Qaisrani Foundation. And we are in a struggling phase, but I'm sure that we are going to achieve our targets.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing. Also, I'm surprised that you and Rihan Alawala have not, like, talked yet. You know, like, you guys could do some amazing stuff together.
You know,
Just saying.
Rehan Allahwala is, I'm very impressed with the kind of work he's doing. But let me tell you that I want to connect with Rehan also. But the kind of work which I am doing uh, can be correlated with him because I'm doing something which is inside you,
Right.
and he is doing something which is outside you. So
Yeah, so
these two
combine
connect,
those.
yeah, these two connections
Yes.
are very important, and they can be a successful venture. But I admire him a lot. I'm a great fan
Rihan,
of.
if you're watching this right now, you gotta connect with Salman. I'm serious. I'm telling you, you gotta connect with him. Connect with him on LinkedIn. I already grouped you together on WhatsApp. Connect with this guy, okay? You won't go wrong. Just putting it out there. Sorry. Okay. Thank you for sharing, by the way. So, sorry for cutting you off. Was there anything else that you wanted to say? Okay, cool. So moving on to the next question. Please forgive me if I pronounce this wrong. Uh, so you winning the Shaukat Raza Mirza Management Excellent Award is huge. So, what did that recognition mean to you personally?
You know, the longest serving which I ever had in some organization was Pakistan State Oil. I spent 21 years of my life in Pakistan State Oil, right from project engineer till deputy general manager. And in
Mm-hmm.
those around about 21 years, I got 14 appreciation letters and trophies from various managing directors of that organization.
Wow.
And if you can see, and during my whole career, I have received around about 40 appreciation letters and trophies. But this Shaukat Mirza award was given usually to the best employee of the year. And in that particular year, I and one of my colleagues, Tariq Shazad, were declared as best employees of the year, and I got that award.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Wow. All right. Next question. So, you've invested in initiatives for special needs children, which I think is highly commendable. So, kudos to you. So, what drove you towards that cause, and how has it shaped your outlook on leadership and service?
You know, Jasmine, everybody should plan the target of his or her life. And that is why I encourage millennials and Gen Z to set their target right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I set my target when I'll be discussing it in detail in my other questions if you can ask regarding the workshop. But I'll give a little bit of it right now. that my target of life is to have a institution for mentally challenged street children.
Mm-hmm.
And my abilities are that I'm not afraid of getting failed. I'm consistent. I know the art of bouncing back. I know the art of resilience. And these are the two things which made me. And the pluses are that my business development qualities are good. And number two, my presentation skills are also good. So when I correlated all these things, I got my aim set at developing an institution through these qualities. So that was the motivation which made me to do that.
Wow. That's awesome. Thank you. So next question. So you have mentored both professionals and youth, which I think is amazing. So what differences do you notice between guiding established leaders versus empowering the next generation?
Have you ever played tennis?
Yes, I have.
It's a very simple. You know, a beginner can reply to a tennis shot in 101 ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, like this, like this, like this. He's open to the response. But a professional tennis player will respond to that shot in a professional manner. So it's very difficult to convince professional people, but I do convince them. But it's hard. But because they have come to a stage where they think that they have learned everything, and this is a very wrong concept because every day teaches you a new lesson. And for youngsters, they are ready to adapt any posture of response which you will teach them is best for them. So this is the difference.
Nice. That's awesome. So the next question for you. So looking at Pakistan's future in energy and infrastructure, what opportunities excite you most right now?
You know, Pakistan has reserves, untapped reserves of hydrocarbons and untapped results of, rare earth minerals. What we intend to do is to adapt technology and resources to untap those resources. And that can be great for our economy and for the people of Pakistan.
Right. Wow. That's great. Okay. I'm gonna veer off the trail a little. So Rihan has shared our episode and has also liked our episode. So
Thank you, Rhea. Thank you, Rhea.
Thank you, Rihan Baijan. Thank you. So, next question for you. If you could leave just one message with every professional you train or mentor, what would it be?
Don't be afraid of failures.
Yes. I love that. Wow. Short, sweet, to the point. Love it. Love it. Okay, so
let me add one question, one sentence also. A person who is not afraid of getting failed will never fail.
It's deep. That is deep. Okay, guys, let's just take like 30 seconds to like really digest that truth bomb that Salman just dropped on us. Wow. All right, guys. So we're gonna take like a short break here, and then we're gonna be back with more questions that are different questions. Okay. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. guys, we are back. Thank you for sticking around. Okay, now we're gonna go into the next batch of questions. So, if you have been following me and keeping a track of my post, you would have seen that I've been posting about me and Salman's collaboration on our upcoming workshop, Talent Meets Purpose. How to unblock your inbuilt qualities and elevate your career. So I'm going to I have some questions to ask Salman about our workshop and also to give you guys some, yeah. So here we go. You ready, Salman?
Yes, I'm always ready for your questions.
Okay, great. So, can you give a brief introduction to the workshop we're planning right now?
Jasmine, number one is your program Me to We. So we are launching that workshop. Okay? You being my co-host, and the title of the workshop has been suggested by you. The credit goes to you. And it's very important and it is very descriptive. Talent meets purpose. Unblock your inbuilt strengths and elevate your career. These 3 points are interrelated.
Yes.
Jasmine, this is a global workshop. It does not have any geographical boundaries, any cultural boundaries, any religious boundaries, or any political boundaries, or any kind of social boundaries. And I'm targeting in particular, my words are very important. I'm targeting in particular the millennials and Gen Z. But of course, Gen X and baby boomers are also welcome. The reason I'm targeting millennials and Gen Z because they are in their practical life or they are going to enter into their practical life. So, and I want to tell them that this is the best part of your life because at the twilight of your career, whenever you are going to think about these moments in which you are right now, there is going to be a smile on your face. And I want to congratulate them that on the practical life runway, if it is from point A to point Z, they are at point A or B or C, where they have energy and time to take off and craft the life they deserve. This is very important because if you take an example of an airport, a plane is parked on a finger set light, and from that parking lot it moves towards the taxiway, and then it comes to the runway. That parking lot, the taxiway was your childhood, was your teenage. Now you are at point A, from where you can take off to your dream destination. People do take off at point G and H also, some people at X and Y also. But logically, they don't have much time at that stage of at that point of time. But the millennials and the Gen Z, they are at point A, B, and C. They have time, they have energy, and they can craft their life they want to deserve, and they can take off from this point of time. And this is the best thing which they do have. But unfortunately, uh, this generation, which is having the most facilities which we at our age did not ever dream about. This is the main thing. This is the most facilitated nature. But yet, this generation, these two generations have the most mental health issues also. So through my workshop, I want them to be energetic, to have energy, enthusiasm, action, plans, what to do list, and Jasmine, above all, dreams. Because I always encourage young people to see dreams with their feet on the ground, because if you're not going to see dream, how you're going to fulfill them? And
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you, Jasmine, very clearly in our workshop, because you are going to be my co-host, if you are going to give us 60 minutes of your life through your heart and soul, this is very important. If you are going to give me 60 minutes of your life through your heart and soul, I will change the concept of your life towards success, gratitude, and positivity. And if you're going to attend this workshop, I will change the philosophy of your life, the vision of your life, the thinking of your life towards betterment. I will craft the way for you to take off in your life to the dream destination you have planned. And if you have not planned the dream destination, which most of the youth, these millennials and Gen Z do, because they are in search of quick results and quick money, I will tell you how to craft the dream destination. So, this is the basic introduction of our workshop from me to we,
Oof.
which we intend to launch.
Whew. Damn. Damn. Guys, listen. He's a gemstone of knowledge, okay? Listen up. He's got some good stuff to share. Okay, before I can go on to the next question, let me read off the comments that we've received so far. So Praven Patel, thank you. Thank you. Whoop. He also said Superstar Salman, hashtag SSS, all the best. Thank you very much. Amir Rashid said Salman Sir is a legend. Yes, I totally agree with you on that one. Salma Amr says, worth watching. Great work being done for special children. Wish you very best of luck. Thank you very much. Cameron Hassan says, very nice. Thank you. Amer Manzoor says, excellent presentation of his viewpoint. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. My good friend Era Mushtag says, I'm watching you live, Jasmine. Thank you. I appreciate that. Make sure you share it too. And last but, actually, I got more comments here. Javid Rashid says, a rare friend who balances professional mastery with the beauty of living a meaningful, humble life. Yes, totally agree with you, Javid. Thank you very much. And Amir Rashid says, a mentor / friend who exemplifies excellence, brilliant in his profession and graceful in life, setting a standard that inspires everyone around him. Yes, sir. I agree with that. And last but certainly not least, Abdullah Abbasi says, good. Yes, good indeed. So, guys, if you're watching this, if you have not left a comment, I would encourage you to do so. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask Solomon during this, please ask. I will share the question with him, and he'll answer your question. Anyways, back to the show. So, your next question is this workshop focused on entrepreneurship?
No. No, not at all.
Oh.
That was the linkage which I want to establish with Rehan. Rehan is towards entrepreneurship. I'm something before entrepreneurship. You know, what is entrepreneurship? A person having an idea, he converts that idea into a business plan and implements that business plan successfully, meeting the business plan targets. After going through all the difficulties, failures and criticism, he is successful and he implements his business plan. But the main thing is idea. Where to get that idea? If getting that idea was so simple, Jasmine, then 50 to 70% of the business startups globally fails during first 5 years. If getting that idea was so simple, then up till as per UNO report, up till 2020 mid, 281 million people have migrated for better life. If getting that idea was so simple, then this would not have been happening. 8.2 billion population, that is one out of five, is below poverty line. Jasmine, do you know what is
Mm.
poverty line as per UNO standards? $4.2 per day per adult equivalent unit, or 2,350 calories intake. 20% of your population is below poverty line. In my country, it is 44%.
Mm.
And then 10.3% globally are below extreme poverty line. Globally, extreme poverty line is $3 per day per adult equivalent unit. So, and the unemployment ratio globally is 5.2%. That is 0.19 billion eligible labor is unemployed out of total 3.63 billion. So if getting that idea was so simple, then these statistics would not have been here. So the main thing which I want to convey to my respected Rehan, that getting that idea is the main thing. How to get that idea? Because all the successful people said, the J.K. Rowling, Colonel Sanders, Jack Ma, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Larry Page, Warren Buffett, they were not rich by inheritance. It was the idea which made them rich. So,
Mm-hmm.
my workshop is the basic of my workshop, or the basis of my workshop is to tell people, to tell millennials, and to tell Gen Z, and of course Gen X and baby boomers also, how to
Mm-hmm.
get that idea.
Wow. Y'all, you deserve a clap for that one.
Okay,
Awesome.
thank you, thank you.
How do you come up with an idea that can lead to successful entrepreneurship?
This is my favorite question. I was wondering if you'll ask it or not. Jasmine, show me your hand like this.
Okay.
Our
Yes.
fingerprints and our lines are different.
Yes.
Different. Even two twins who are born together, their fingerprints are different. You agree?
Mm.
You agree or not?
I don't know. You tell me.
Likewise,
Oh.
every human being has been blessed with certain quality or qualities which makes him different, preferred, preferable over others.
Mm-hmm.
The main task is to find out those qualities. And let me tell you that these qualities has been defined in all religious books. You can take Quran Majid, you can take Bible, you can take Torah, you can take Sham, which we call Zabur, you can take Gita, you can take Tripatika. Let me read what these say. In Quran, I'm talking of summary only about unique inbuilt qualities. I'm not telling it by myself, although I have experienced it and I have implemented it. But they are clearly mentioned in all holy books. In Quran, it's Surah Al-Isra. It says, brief, I'm telling you the brief. Every human is honored and preferred by God. In Torah, through Prophet Moses, humanity is created in God image, inherently valuable, inherently valuable. And uh, the Prophet David in the Sham or Zabur, which Christians also believe in, humans are crowned with glory and honor. Try to understand one thing. And Jesus Christ in Bible explains it like anything. Each person has a unique light. Each person has a unique light, a divine role to fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
So the main task is that you know, people spend all their life for petty jobs, for petty targets. They don't find their inbuilt quality for which they have been created for. There is a purpose of creation, and which has been defined in all these holy books. And even the people who don't believe in life after death, they consider this life as finite. Even then, they have a target of life which they want to achieve. Likewise, those who believe in life after death, there is a special purpose for which they have been created. And for that special purpose, they have been equipped with those qualities to perform that purpose. And if they don't perform the purpose for which they have been given those qualities, and they try to fit into somebody's else purpose for which they have not been blessed with those qualities, their life becomes heavy. So now the question arises, what is the purpose? In Quran, Bible, Torah, and Sham, and even in Gita and in Tripatika, the purpose of a person is to worship.
Mm-hmm.
What is worship? Worship is faith. But before faith, there is something called belief comes. Believe is to know somebody. So when these religious books says that your purpose of life is to worship, it is not only based on religious rituals. It is also based on the way of life through which you have to go. Because this is an examination hall in which the rituals also carries marks, and the way of life also carries certain marks. If we want to clear this exam and get a good results, life after death, you have to pass all these two examinations simultaneously. So the purpose of your life, when it is worship, it also includes the way of life. And the way of life, I again tell you, has been defined very clearly in all the books. And I can give you examples, but when we'll go into details, I'll give you the examples of each book which has defined the purpose of life. Number one, because if your inbuilt qualities coincide with these seven purposes of life, you are successful. Because there is a very thin line between successful and those striving for success. Because I never use the word unsuccessful. I use successful and those striving for success. The successful people have found out their inbuilt God gifted qualities, and they have correlated and coincided it with their purpose. And the purpose is clearly defined in 7 words. Clearly defined in 7 words in all religions. And number one is mercy. Number two is perceiving. Perceiving is to understand something with your intelligence, with your senses. And then serving, and then ruling, encouraging, teaching, and giving. The paper is out. The divine has made the paper out. The divine has given you the qualities to reach these 7 points. Now it is you to find out those inbuilt God gifted qualities and correlate them with mercy, perceiving, serving, ruling, encouraging, teaching, and giving. I can quote all the religious book telling these things. But this is the purpose of life for which we have been designed for which we have been given those qualities. And for those qualities, you just have to coincide them with your purpose. And if this purpose meets these 7 way of life, there is going to be a contentment inside you because God is working inside you. When you meet those purposes, I can give 101 examples. When you meet those purposes, there's going to be a green light inside you. There's going to be a contentment inside you. There is going to be a happiness inside you. There's going to be a positivity inside you.
Wow. Again.
I wish when inshallah it's me to Veena, when we are going to launch this workshop of ours, which will be online, I will show the slides of each religion telling these things because they are divine, they are the nature which has been given to us, the task assigned to us through worship. And when the task is there, the qualities is there, then what is stopping you, Gen Z? What is stopping you, millennials, to use those qualities and reach these targets? Everything is open in front of you. And let me tell you once again, these are the 2 generations blessed with the most facilities since this universe, this planet was created. But yet they are having the most mental health issues because they are not concentrating on finding those inbuilt God gifted qualities, and they are not coinciding it with the purpose which is clearly given in these 7 points.
Oh, dang. That was good. Well, I think you just answered 2 questions in 1 question. So I'm not even going to bother asking you the next one. It was the whole how can someone discover their inbuilt qualities and life purpose? I think you already answered that one. So I'm gonna ask you the next question. So tell me what?
Discovering is something else.
Okay, so how can someone
This was the basis. Jasmine, you are my co-host. You are the person who have to understand and take the concept at the first stage. Because to have inbuilt qualities and to coincide it with the purpose which has been given in 7 words in all religions is an introduction. But how to get them, there is a technique which our workshop tells. Just mean if you have to do masters, First of all, you have to make your mindset that I have to do masters. Then you have to do your school, then your college, then your graduations, then to masters. Similarly, to find out your inbuilt qualities, first of all, you have to make a mindset. Then, in that mindset, I call it TNT theory. You can call it theory, concept, philosophy, whatever you want to say. TNT theory, number T stands for be thankful theory, gratitude. Be thankful for whatever you have. That's why I was advising you day before yesterday, the same thing. Be thankful for whatever you have. The doors and windows of opportunities will open for you. In Quran, it has been defined in a verse, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تَكَذِّبَانِ, that you cannot deny the blessings of God upon you. The translation is this. You just cannot count the blessings which you have been blessed with. So when the first of all, you have to develop a concept of gratitude for having being blessed for whatever you have. This is number one. Number two is control of thoughts theory. Control of thought is a little bit philosophical. You know, Jasmine, whatever I'm looking at is my external self. My eyesight gets weak at the age of 40. My hairs get gray at the age of 50. I get wrinkles on my face at the age of 60. I don't have control on them. It will happen. But this is only 55% of my being. 95% of my being are my thoughts, are my vision, are my dreams. It is up to me to keep them active or passive, keep them vibrant or depressive, keep them positive or negative, or even keep them young or old. That's always called that age is a number. You asked me my age, I said it is 36 plus. Yeah, because a person who is apparently, old, his eyesight is weak, he is having gray hairs, and is having wrinkles on his face. It is only 5% of his being. The 95%, if thoughts are young, if thoughts are vibrant, if thoughts are progressive, the 95% is young. So he's young. As compared to a person who's in his millennials or in his teenage, he's apparently very shining. But his thoughts are old. His thoughts are depressive. His thoughts are negative. You give me an example of a pen. What is the purpose of the pen?
To write stuff down?
Yeah. This pen, does it have any linkage more than 5% for that main purpose?
Huh? What? Sorry. What? What?
The main purpose of this pen is writing.
Yes.
So this cap or this cylinder, does it have anything to do with writing?
Well, yes, it does. Why? Because you got to take off the cap in order to begin writing.
Yeah, it has purpose, but not the main purpose. It is here to protect this nib,
Oh.
the cylinder behind this nib, because the writing has to be done by this nib, which is not seen apparently. The cylinder behind this nib is the ink cylinder is not seen. Likewise, the external self of this pen is only 5%. The inner self, that are thoughts, that are vision, that are belief, that are dreams, are 95%. And that is why the human being is preferred over other species. Because you don't act on your instinct, you act upon your thoughts. That is very important. So, this is going to be the mindset before attempting to find out your inbuilt qualities. So, there are other steps also, which briefly I will explain, but I want your attention in particular because you are going to be the co host for this workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Number two is power of belief.
Yes.
It's very important. And I want your attention and attention of all the people who are watching us. Because my motto of life is anything is possible if only you believe. If
Oh,
you're not willing to believe in your dreams, in your ideas, how you are going to convince other people?
whoa.
So, let me give you an example. J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter, she used to write her daily life happenings in a diary. Till 30, he was having all sorts of, you know, unsuccessful happenings in her life. Her mother died, she was a single parent, had a divorce, entered into a shelter home, and attempted a suicide also. But at the age of 30, she realized that there is something which she can do better than others. That was writing. Very first year, very first year, she was, her book was declared as one of the best books. On the third year, her three books were declared, she was declared as the best writer of the year. And at the age of 47, she is owner of Harry Potter, a brand worth $15 billion. What is the difference, Jasmine? By
Whoa.
30th, by the age of 30, she was not believing on the fact that her inbuilt God gifted quality was writing.
Mm-hmm.
And at 30, she felt a contentment, a green light inside, because God gave him a green light inside at the age of 30. And see what happened when she was 47. So that is why, imagine if she was knowing that writing is her inbuilt God gifted quality at the age of 13, what she would have done, what wonders she would have done, and what miseries she would have avoided. That is why I tell these millennials and Gen Z, and this, Harry Potter is perceiving, is giving a new way of life to a child, taking her to a higher level of imagination. So it fits into perceiving. So she took off at G&H on the live practical runway. There are certain people who took off at X and Y also. Colonel Sanders, KFC owner,
Mm-hmm.
till 65, he was doing odd jobs, sometimes salesman, sometimes teaching, got divorced, he was ready to kidnap. his own daughter, and entered and into all sort of miseries, and he also attempted for a suicide. He was knowing and he was cooking since his childhood, but he does not believe in the fact that cooking was her inbuilt God gifted quality. At the age of 65, when he had only $150 in his pocket, he realized that cooking is his inbuilt quality. And at the age of 87, KFC was a world-known brand. What was the difference, Jasmine? What was the
Because
difference? Power of belief in your inbuilt quality. And this KFC is what? Serving. The paper is out. My dear, there's a thin line. These millennials and these Gen Z who are blessed with the most facilities ever human being had since the creation of this world, but still they are having mental health issues because their power of belief is not firm. Then, then number two is out of box thinking. The and there are certain other things also, if I'm not taking long, that there are certain tackles. Tackles are fixed parts, tools are movable parts. There's a very there is every failure is a step towards success. This is very important, and there is no alternate to hard work. This is very important. And let me tell you a saying of J.K. Rowling, that there is no alternate to passionate and hard work. And Colonel Sanders, with guts comes the glory. And my own is anything is possible if only you believe. And every failure is a step towards success. And it is never too late to start all over again. Jasmine, Jasmine, Jasmine.
pay attention, audience. These are golden nuggets of wisdom coming from Salman, so I encourage you to really listen.
Then there is number one was mindset, number two was power of belief, number three is out of box thinking. There are certain people like Jack Ma and Steve Jobs. They somehow came to know about their inbuilt God gifted qualities, but they failed many times. Jack Ma applied for Harvard Universities, failed. He applied for 30 times for a job, failed. He couldn't get admission in a good college, failed. He got 3,000 as a from a loan from a bank, couldn't get it. He got investors and invested, I think, $50,000. There was no revenue for first 3 years, but he was consistent. He was not an expert in computer, but he got an idea of internet, which he believed that his inbuilt qualities coincide with that idea. And he was successful. Steve Jobs, his biological parents put him for adoption. His adopted parents could not afford his university expenses. He opened a company, Apple, in a garage, and he was kicked out from this company. And then he came back, and even he fought with the disease of cancer very bravely. I consider him as my guru in business. So the thing is that these two people were not afraid of getting failed, and they were knowing about their qualities somehow because this Steve Jobs came to know about his inbuilt quality through meditation. So, so if Steve Jobs and Jack Ma were knowing about their inbuilt qualities from the very beginning and they had a belief in it, so I will tell you how to get these inbuilt qualities through out of box thinking. There are 5 steps for that. Number one is plan accurately. Number two is act differently. Number three is be professional. Number four is integrity. And number five is hard work. So, if you know your inbuilt qualities, these are the 5 steps. I'll explain them in my workshop. How to get those inbuilt qualities in action from the very first stage where you are right now by applying these steps. And the third one is generosity and and charity. This is very important. You know, uh, 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 Mark Zuckerberg offered 95% of his shares in Facebook when her daughter was born
Mm-hmm.
for community work, for internet, for girls' education. You know what is the revenue of Facebook? It is $3,500 per second. I have never seen a person in my life who says that I give charity and I lost my richness. Never see. So, Jasmine, these are the steps which leads you towards finding out your inbuilt qualities and coinciding it with the purpose of your life, and that purpose of life paper is already out. Must coincide with those 7 way of life which has been given in all religion, and we have designed a special methodology for that, and that methodology we'll be applying in our upcoming workshop is called psychometric test.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so all right. On to the next question and try to keep it short because we're gonna switch gears after this, okay? Okay. All right. So this psychometric test. So what exactly is it? How can we take or attempt this psychometric test? And what results or outcomes can we expect from it?
I want your attention now.
Okay.
Your attention. You know, every person has different mental capabilities. You agree?
Mm-hmm.
Every person has a different aptitude towards resolving an issue. Every person has different traits, behavior, emotions, and thoughts. So we analyze all these things and place a person at a place where he is right now. Okay? So there are many methods and there are many procedures which we tell them. And from that place, how he can recognize his inbuilt qualities and how he can correlate it with the purpose of his life, which coincides with the 7 ways of life given in all holy books. So, and we also guide them with the examples of the people who were at that stage where they are right now and how they succeeded and gain success. And we do the gap analysis. We tell them what skills they can adapt to improve their qualities. There are certain categories. Number one is red, number two is yellow, number three is green, and number four is ultra green. So, as I told you, the dream with your feet on the ground and dream at a 45-degree and in a projectile motion. Because in a projectile motion, you go at the most farthest distance. So, we tell them that, look here, gentlemen, you don't have to be mentally depressed. You don't have to have mental issues. You are here right now. And Mr. X, who you consider as a successful person, was also here 10 years ago or 15 years ago. So these are the qualities, because we made this psychometric test through a rating scale survey. First of all, I placed my life as an example. Then we had a survey of round about now nearing 2,000 people on rating scale survey. Then we have organized this thing. So we tell that gentleman, okay, gentlemen, you have to move in 45 degrees. These are the inbuilt qualities which you can have, because it is not me who is going to tell them their inbuilt qualities. It is not me who is going to tell them what is the purpose of life. I'm going to guide them the way only. It is them to find out that what is their inbuilt quality, what is the purpose of their life. Likewise, I give you an example. I give you an example of a motorway. You have to travel on a motorway. You have to have a vehicle. I can tell you that if you have to travel on a motorway, you have to have a vehicle. So you can have a bus, you can have a motorbike, you can have a car. But it is you who has to select the vehicle. I will tell you that you have to have a vehicle to travel on a motorway. Then I have to tell him, if you are traveling by car, what is the tire pressure? What is the lubricant requirement? What is the petrol requirement? I can just tell them. And what is the distance you have to travel? But it is them to travel. It is not me to travel. They have to pay certain amount of toll before starting their journey. So I can tell them that, look here, gentlemen, you have to pay $4 or $5. But it is not me to generate that money. It is them to generate. So I can tell them that you have to maintain a speed of 120 kilometers per hour. But it is them to maintain the speed. I will not maintain it for them. I will tell them that you have to change the lane and you have to give indicator. This I can tell them, but it is them to give indicator while changing the line. And there are many methods for them. Have you ever heard of mindfulness, Jasmine?
Yes, of course, yes.
Mindfulness and meditation. I'll give you a brief, because detail we will go in our workshop. Mindfulness is to concentrate where you are right now. You have to disconnect from your past. You have to disconnect from your future. You have to disconnect from your present also. And you have to feel where you are right now. And prayer is the best way of having learned the mindfulness. And then there is a thing called meditation. Meditation is when you already know the art of mindfulness. Then meditation is ask from the nature, ask from the God, if you believe in life after death, that what is my inbuilt quality, or this is my inbuilt quality. Do you think I am right? Do you think I am right? Do you think, if there is a green light, if there is a contentment inside you, you are on the point.
Mm-hmm.
And then the litmus test is, just check it, that whether your inbuilt quality which is coinciding with your purpose, which is giving you the green light from inside because God is working inside, and that is coinciding with those seven purposes. If it is there, if it is coincided with one of those purposes, and your inbuilt quality for which you are designed for and for which you are here in this universe called world, you're successful. That is why the main purpose of our workshop is to just get rid of that thin line which is in between success and for those who are striving for success.
Whew. Dang. Thanks for sharing, man. Okay, finally. Whew. We're going to switch gears here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. So, as you all know, from me to we with, the whole theme. So, Salman is now the host of the show. I have become the guest, and he can ask me any questions that he's got for me. So take it away, Salman.
Jasmine, just tell me your definition of success. I've told you my definition.
Well, okay, my definition of success, well, you know me, I'm all about, connecting with people and bringing people together and stuff. So really, my definition of success is knowing how to effectively connect with people, communicate with people, and work with them. Because one thing I learned from you, actually, and I'm going to try to quote your words here, is that collaboration is not an option these days. It is a method of survival. You cannot get anywhere in life unless you know how to work well with others. Okay? You can try, but it's not going to work. And with all this, technology in this world today, it has made it so much easier for us to connect with each other and to make things happen. So that's my definition, is knowing how to work well with others. Good question.
Good. I must add one thing, and I must guide you for success for another thing. There are 4 things which you have to avoid if you want to be successful. Number 1 is avoid telling lies.
Yes.
Number 2 is avoid thefts. Number 3 is avoid bribery. Number 4 is avoid vulgarity. If you avoid these 4 things, success is guaranteed. Jasmine, if you analyze your daily life, we tell lies without any reason.
Yes.
But if you're going to put a sieve in between you and your mind and heart, that I'm not going to tell lie anymore, you will see number of lies surfacing on that sieve, which we speak for no reason. Same is the case with bribery, same is the case with theft, and same is the case with vulgarity. If you avoid these 4 things, your success and my success idea is guaranteed.
Oh, that's good. Got any more questions for me? Come on, that can't be your only one.
Jasmine, if you're in a bad mood, everybody is in a bad mood. Nobody can say that I've never been in a bad mood. What will you do?
Well, what would I do? Well, completely disconnect from everything and go out into nature and meditate. Maybe take a nap. I don't know. Some way to reset myself and calm myself down. That is something I've started doing whenever I get into a rough mood.
Good, good. The best thing I would have advised you once again, because I'm advising you the most because you're going to my co-host.
Yes.
So, listen it, Jasmine. Number one is feel the blessings which the God have blessed on you. Number one. Number two, come out of your comfort zone. This is very important.
Yes.
Because the people normally, the people who are doing job, they are in their comfort zone because they receive their salary check at the end of the month. So get out of your comfort zone. And number three, get out of the fear factors.
Yes.
Fear factors, fear of failure, fear of financial loss, fear of reputation. Get out of these things. Your mood will change like this. And the most important thing, Jasmine, there's a difference between man and a tree. If you're continuously under depression, if you're something is bothering you continuously, some negativity is there continuously, you are not a tree, because tree is fixed at a place with its roots inside the ground. You are a human being. You can move around. You have fixed the directions, you have fixed the plan, you have fixed the target, your inbuilt qualities are there. You are not succeeding. Adapt a contingency plan and succeed, because you are not a tree, you are a man. You can move around. It is the tree who faces all the adversaries, bad season, no diet, no water, but it is there. It will die, but it will stand over there. But you are a human being. You know, there is a Japanese saying, my brother told me the day before yesterday, that if you are on a wrong train, which is not going into the direction where you want to go, get out of it as soon as possible. Because the longer you're going to stay in that train, difficult will be your purpose to reach the point zero from where you have to catch the other train. Difficult will be the traveling to reach the point zero from where you have to change the real train in which you have to travel. So these are certain ideas, and another very important idea which Jack Ma has said, that people say, "Oh, I don't have money. How can I do a business?" Let me tell you, money is not important in doing business or doing anything which can take you to your destination, to your dream destination. It is important, but it is not the main thing. Jack Ma, a very famous saying, don't worry about the money. Money follow the people. People follow the dream. If you have a dream, just go for it. So shall I come up with another question?
Sure, yes. Yeah, I know. Like you're asking me questions and then you're just like spouting your wisdom here. Yeah, come on. What's your next question? Come on.
Okay, Jasmine, another. Do you believe in generosity and charity?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Those are my two middle names. I'm always the one who helps people freely and doesn't charge anything because I want people to succeed in life, you know, and seeing them succeed and seeing them happy and knowing that I've made an impact in their lives, that's all I need. So yes, answering your question, yes, I do believe in that.
And let me add one thing that I have in my life, I have never seen a person who says that I have lost my wealth because I was giving charity. It multiplies. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, there's a famous saying that if you give one in the name of charity, you will get 70 in return. So this is another important factor which we must have. And another one thing is uh, don't complain. This is very important. Don't complain. Let other complain. Because in my life, I always concentrate on a person about whom everybody was complaining because he's doing something different from others. That's why people are complaining against him. And don't, you know, point out some person that he is responsible for my failures. Don't ever do that. Adapt your failures yourself and rectify them by yourself. And last but not the least, hard work. There is no alternative to hard work, Jasmine. In my life career, I have seen people with extraordinary IQ, extraordinary intelligence, but they couldn't take off earlier in their life because they were not hardworking and they were not consistent. And the people with average IQ, they took off in their practical life runway at an earlier stage because they were consistent and hardworking.
Mm-hmm.
So consistency and hardworking is also very important.
Yes.
So this was my last
Mm-hmm.
question for you.
Ah, nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna drag me back over here and switch spots again and steal back that microphone.
and,
Anyways,
and my last advice would be to the millennials and the Gen Z. Let's get results, not excuses. Thank you.
whew, whew, oh man, all that man that deserves an applause. Awesome. So guys, thank you for sticking with me. Oh man, this is I think this is the longest episode I've done on my show. Longest episode I've done. But it was all very fruitful, amazing, inspiring. It has inspired me. I've learned a lot, yes, as the host of my show. I can say I've learned a lot from Salman today. And now I'm even more inspired to do things now. So,
And
Salman,
Jasmine, sorry to interrupt you. I want
mm,
this show of yours from me to we to be the launching pad for our upcoming workshop, Talent Meet Purpose. Unblock your inbuilt strength and elevate your career. From here, we are going to take off for our workshop. And all those who are listening to it, if you are interested in eliminating that thin line which is in between striving for success and successful, please do join our workshop. It is going to be a
yes.
life-changing mantra.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I can say the same thing. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you guys. Salman here, man. Ever since I've connected with him, like his energy, his presence, his aura, it's like it's opened my mind up, and no words. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Thank you, Salman, for being a guest on my show and for dropping your golden nuggets of wisdom here. I really appreciate it. And looking forward to doing that workshop with you and everything. And guys, seriously, like, join. This workshop is gonna change your life. So yeah, so you've seen the man, you've seen the guy himself now. This is the one I've been collaborating with for the past week or so. So now you've seen him. It's real. Of course it is. So yeah. And let me tell you something. I had to work very hard to get him on my show. Remember? Every single time I asked him, you should come on to my show. I want to introduce you to my audience. He's like, at the right time. you gotta do this first. I'm like, it's all good. My point being is that when you want to do something, when you want to get something done, you just gotta go after it, no matter what. And in this case, I went after him because I wasn't gonna give up until I had him on my show. And now here we are. So there you go.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. So guys, have a great day. Sorry for the long episode. Not sorry. Stay tuned for the 36th episode where I'm going to have another amazing guest, as always. But that's it. Allah Hafiz. See you later. Bye for now.